Hi guys, this is Ronak, and I have with me Pauline. So if you could just introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello everyone, thank you Ronak for having me today. My name is Pauline, I come from France. I was born in Paris and I grew up there for the first 25 years of my life. And after I studied in a business school in Paris, I decided that at the end of it I would specialize in a master's degree in sustainability and social innovation. So I was lucky enough that my school had this specialization available. And then after my studies, I had an opportunity in India, in Kolkata here, in one sector that I wanted to work in for now more than a couple of years, which was education. So I did not hesitate and I came around.
Okay. So, like, what's the specific role in TIU for now?
Okay, so I proposed myself to the management as a sustainability director. I really wanted something that was consistent with what I had studied.
Definitely.
Not only that, I wanted something that was consistent with my passions, my internal drives, and I wanted a professional life that was consistent with my values, and really wanted to bring on that aspect.
Okay.
So sustainability, it's become a buzzword. It's very hard to define, and a lot of people have different definitions and do not understand it the same way. The way I see it, so a bit of a lesson here. Sustainability or sustainable development. The first time the term was coined was in 1987 by a Norwegian minister called Brundtland, and in a UN report she came up with this term explaining that sustainable development was all the practices that would allow one generation to satisfy their basic needs without compromising or jeopardizing the needs of the future generations. So that's the strict definition.
Yeah.
However, if we want to formulate it in another way, we could sum it up by saying that it's everything that is related to the will to generate social and environmental impact. That is to say, the mentality through which one cares about something a bit bigger than themselves only, as in other people in society,
the greater good, that is,
and environment. Yes.
Okay. So, what do you think of what is the role in technopreneurs or ventures?
Okay, so one aspect of...
And if you could just talk about it a bit, like we don't know about it yet.
Technopreneurs.
So what is technopreneurs?
Okay. So Technopreneurs Surrogate Venture was created a couple of years back now by someone who probably some of you may know, Megdut Roy-Chaudhary.
Yeah.
And so a couple of years ago he started that in order to foster entrepreneurship skills and mindset on TIU campus.
Okay.
It's sitting actually right on the second floor,
yeah.
right? And in this first 2 years, the incubator, so that's an incubator. An incubator is basically a structure that helps you take your startup idea from 0 to 1. Cultivated, yeah. And so in the past couple of years, it has taken a couple of batches of students who have been willing to create something, to become job creators and not job searchers, to work on their own ideas instead of following whatever the job market wants them to take as a job. Okay. And actually, in 1 month from now, more or less, there's another batch that will start of around 10 to 15 new startups, and they will be hosted in Technopreneurs. And my role at Technopreneurs, so one of the dimensions of being the sustainability director is the promotion of what we call social entrepreneurship, or that could also be called more rightly impact entrepreneurship. Okay. That is to say, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to create your own venture and you have your own idea, but this idea has social and or environmental impact as its first priority, even before the maximization of profit. Profits to be sustainably economically sustainable, I wanted to say, that this is very important. But a social enterprise, a social entrepreneur will put the impact on society and environment before the profits in terms of priorities.
That is great.
And so my role at Technopreneurs is to encourage students and also people from outside benefiting from the incubator services to go and follow this path of yes, you can have a job, yes, you can choose your own job, and plus you can actually do good to something bigger than yourself.
Okay, great. So, like, what do you think about TIU, the environment in TIU, the culture in TIU?
TIU. I think, so I arrived 3 months back, right? What I'm going to tell you is what I could see in a period of 3 months, but I still have a lot to discover.
Yeah, it's a pretty nascent stage.
So what's brilliant about Techno India University, I think, is how flexible the structure is. There's so much going on a daily basis. There's so many students, there's so many qualified faculties, and what I really appreciated, especially on the management side, is to really work hand in hand with these stakeholders and create projects out of the blue. And because of the flexibility of the structure, then everything is literally possible. So we've tried to, for instance, for entrepreneurship, we've been trying to redesign the entrepreneurship skill development program for the students, which is something we can easily adjust depending on the new ideas that we have at the management. And yeah, it's just very flexible. And then I always enjoy meeting a few students just like you, a few students who just show up and just amaze you by. Some of them have amazed me because of their strong ambition, because of their extracurricular activities, because of all the opportunities that they could find through Techno India University.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the city? Like, you have been here for 3 months. Like, how does the city treated you?
Well, there are some things that I really enjoy. I think, let's finish by the positive side of it.
Yeah.
There are some things, especially just because it's so different from my home. There are some things about Kolkata that at the beginning
It's so different from your home.
It is super different. There's no common point. At the beginning about the city, I was a bit disturbed by it. For instance, in Paris, everything is walkable. You can walk around the city for hours and hours without fear of being afraid that a car actually rolls on your feet or honks in your ears. It's a very, very comfortable city to be in, even outside. In Kolkata, it's slightly different on that point, as you probably all know. You can walk here and there, but even for the pollution and for the traffic and for the noise pollution, as we call it, it's a bit more difficult. And then there's something that I'm also being a bit disturbed by was your relation with time. So as in, I love punctuality. I love being on time. I love having a schedule that flows well. And here, I think the culture is a bit more
laid back.
Yeah, let's take our time. It's okay if we have 30 minutes, if we're 30 minutes late. But to me, it's, in a sense, if it's too much, a bit slightly disrespectful to the person who's waiting for you. So anyway, a few things that I still need to adjust to. But beyond that, I think Kolkata is fascinating for a couple of reasons that I will go through quickly. The first one, maybe. The culture and the related events. I think a lot more than Paris. I find here that people would organize events. Kolkata is about creating moments together. So it's a lot of get together, a lot of gatherings, a lot of let's organize these events in the name on behalf of that Indian classical music, or on behalf of that actress whose death is the anniversary today, whatever. There's always a good...
There's always something going on in here.
Always something going on. Always a good reason to meet up and to around good food and with friends. So that is very nice.
Okay.
And then maybe the second thing is, just the warmth of the people, how welcoming they are, and how most of them are open-minded. It's this concept that I keep hearing about, Adda, right? You're just talking
Adda.
Adda.
Yeah.
Sorry, my pronunciation.
Yeah, it's alright.
I'm just amazed by your capacity to just talk about everything and anything
To anyone.
For hours and hours. You guys are very talkative, and it's usually nice
Yeah.
because you get to learn a lot from the other people. So
So good luck to you for the city.
thank you.
So what do you think the areas in TIU which needs improvement, which needs working on?
I think the first thing that comes to my mind is maybe on the student side. I think that, and I will try to work on it as well. There's a mentality, I feel, that maybe some students think that a job will arrive right there, or it's on the faculty members or the management team if something bad happens or whatever. I think students need to
take responsibility,
slightly better understand and take responsibility and better understand that all the resources that TIU gives them is for them to activate them. It's not going to happen just out of the blue like that.
Definitely.
And there's so many resources. Students literally, you just have to go to a faculty member, to come to me, to come to whoever. If you're interested in a topic, or if you want to create something of your own, everything is possible. And I think still some students are a bit passive on that and are like, yeah, I'm here, but anyway, my parents have the means to pay for my studies, so I don't really care. Or I'm gonna have the paper degree.
That's the negative part of being laid back in the city, I guess.
I guess so. I would love to call for a bit more proactivity and a
definitely.
bit more,
Acceleration, general acceleration.
believe in your potential and believe in your dreams and try to work on something about it. If you know where you're interested.